Let's get to the action, shall we? Put your hand up if you attended a protest over the weekend. Actually, don't put it up too high because you might get a knock at the door and you might get charged for exercising your civil liberties. But we're not going to stop doing that, right? We're not going to allow anything or anyone to stop us from exercising what is simply our God-given rights. Now, I have to say there were protests all over Australia, but Perth took the cake. We've seen in the past Sydney taking the cake. Melbourne has taken the cake a few times, which makes me very proud to be a Melburnian. But the estimate I received, 12 to 15,000. So I think what I've put there on the poster, 12,000, I think is actually a little bit of an underestimate. That's right. I've never seen a crowd like this in Perth before. And what this demonstrates is social proof beyond reasonable doubt that when people are left alone and when people are not faced with the brutal boot of a police force, they get out of their houses in masses to oppose this absolute tyranny that has been perpetrated against us by the government. You know, the mainstream media calls us crazy and that we're conspiracy theorists. Are all these 15,000 people crazy? I mean, this is really nothing compared to what's going on around the world. And around the world, you see protests becoming massive, tens of thousands of people, and the same brutality from police. Now, I've got a little bit of a highlight clip from Perth. It goes for about a minute. I'm going to play this for you right now. All right, just absolutely awesome scenes there from Perth. If you're from Western Australia watching the show right now, put a comment below. That is absolutely bloody awesome. I love seeing my fellow Australians standing up for their freedom. We're not going to back down. We're going to hold the line. And ultimately, it will be the people that prevail because it's we the people that have the power, not these governments, not these busybodies that like to dictate what you must do at all times. The message must be loud and clear and constant, and that is that the government, the politicians, they need us more than we need them. And when we are free to exercise our civil rights without being trampled all over and assaulted, we get out in massive numbers because we're calling this fraud out for what it is. Okay? I've been reading some reports on some very educated estimates of the infection fatality rate of COVID. Any guesses what they are? Well, we've known this for a long time, and I'm going to start talking about some of these publications a bit more on the show. We're talking about figures like 0.00 something, and for some demographics, 0.000 something. So if these figures aren't enough to give people a kick up the backside to help them to realize what's actually going on, then nothing will, okay? Now, here's something else really awesome about Perth, and that is that we have our great Western Australian MCJ correspondent back, Matt Dillon. Matt is doing a tremendous job standing up for freedom and representing the rights of his family. He's been out at many protests. We love having Matt on the show. I've got an interview with him. It goes for about 5 minutes. We're going to play it right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined here again by Matt Dillon from Perth, Western Australia. Matt, welcome back to the show. Now, I've seen footage, I've seen photos, and I've been receiving reports that there were 10,000 plus people marching on the streets of Perth. Is that accurate, and can you tell us a bit about what happened at the protest?
Mate, we had a massive day on Saturday. mainstream media would like to tell you that there's only 2,000 people there, but the official reports from the police put it at between 12.5 and 15,000. It was amazing.
That is absolutely massive. Now, Matt, what do you think it means given the fact that so many people took to the streets? What does it mean?
Well, I think it means that people are not only waking up, but they're realizing that these mandates are really going to affect their lives sooner than later. The guys out in the mines, they earn big money, mate. They've got a lot to lose.
Yep, definitely. Now, what, if anything, surprised you about the protest?
Just the unity and love and peace with everybody. This is my fifth rally now, and this was the best. The atmosphere was just amazing. I've got something I'd like to share with you
Please.
from someone who attended their first rally. I'll read this out to you. Yesterday, my partner and I attended the Australians Unite Against Tyranny National Rally Perth edition in Forest Place. This was my first ever rally, and I've got to say, I was so impressed by the day. The atmosphere was amazing. It was peaceful yet empowering. It was strength. It was huge in numbers, and the biggest one yet. Thank you to the organisers, everyone in attendance, and the police for making the day a safe and memorable day. The inspiration from this lady's song for her sign came from a song that really resonates with her. And I'm sure I'll bleep, you won't do what you tell me.
I love it. I love it. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, another thing, Matt, we see whether it's a freedom rally in Australia, Italy, Canada, or anywhere else in the world, we see a concerted effort to try and delegitimize those that are taking to the streets. We've seen labels such as far right, neo-Nazi, etc. Would you mind telling us a little bit about the common type of person that was there at the rally?
Well, the common type of person that was there were FIFO workers, healthcare workers, just general people, mate. My wife attended her first rally this weekend. As you know, her mandate comes next Friday. It was a very emotional day for her, an emotional weekend for her, in fact.
Absolutely.
Yet again,
Yep.
the Premier, Mark McGowan, he likes to label us as troublemakers. I don't understand why he likes to label us as this. And also, the Western Australian reported that they were FIFO fraudsters. Yet again, I'm not too sure what a FIFO fraudster is.
I have absolutely no idea. Now, in my view, when you have people in such large numbers taking to the streets, it should be the duty of the politicians to listen and address the concerns, not to belittle the people and make disparaging remarks. Are there any politicians in Western Australia taking the concerns of the protesters seriously?
No, there's not one politician here, mate, that wants to support us. Not one person at all. We've got the McGowan government that is running at 80% approval rating still. Like, the people here just love him. There's no opposition in Parliament. I think the opposition has 4 or 5 seats. So he's just got this state in a stranglehold.
And if you had a message, if you could speak directly to Mark McGowan right now, what would you tell him? Just go for it.
Mark McGowan needs to stop these mandates straight away. They are putting so much pressure on people. I only got to look at myself as an example. My wife, I found her in the shower on Sunday, broken down in tears. It just become too much for her. This has got to stop. What's he going to mandate next, mate? 5-year-old kids? No way. This has to stop. Now, been in discussions, and we are trying to organise a national strike, mate.
Sure,
That
tell
is
us
the
about it.
plan going forward.
Yep, no worries.
So when we finish our interview, I'll have a chat off air with you on a couple of matters, but we really need, if we're going to do something, a strike is the way to do it. Stop the loading of iron ore, stop the mining, and we've got the power, mate. We've got the power.
I absolutely love that idea, and I'm going to do what I can to back it as strongly as possible. All right, now, Matt, before we wrap the interview up, do you have any final messages for our viewers here in Australia and also our international audience?
Yeah, yet again, I just want to thank the people of Perth for coming out en masse on Saturday. It was an amazing place to be at. And also want to thank those people that have taken the time to join up on my small little Perth Freedom Fighters page. I woke up on Sunday to have nearly triple the amount of members I had. So I was very, very happy.
That's awesome. And can you give your page a plug so people know where to find you?
Yeah, it's Perth Freedom Fighters. I've got a Facebook page and a Telegram page. I try to promote everybody who's a freedom fighter across my platforms. You're promoted on there, Real Rushkin, everybody. So I'm just another person getting the message out.
And we appreciate you doing that, my friend. Thank you very much for giving us a recap, and we'll have you back on the show really soon.
Thanks for having me, mate. Much
Thanks,
appreciated. Mate. And thanks to all your listeners.
Our pleasure. Chat to you soon, mate. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
All right, a big thank you to Matt Dillon. We love having you a part of the show. And ladies and gentlemen, rest assured, Matt will be back really soon covering the action from Perth.